Ceres is the Roman goddess of agriculture, and she also rules the cycles of birth and death.
What really drew me to Ceres was my ability to give something to people who are critically ill.
And the idea that food should actually be of nourishment and healing is just, you know, for a gardener, that's what you want food to be.
The mission of Ceres is to restore food to its place as the foundation of health for people, communities, and the planet. And we do that in lots of different ways. Bringing teenagers into the kitchen and having them learn about cooking and eating healthy food, providing meals to people in the community who are dealing with life-threatening illness, and then educating the larger community about the issues around food and health.
Being able to receive the food from Ceres helped me to concentrate on my healing rather than concentrate on cooking.
It has been really a godsend because I don't have the energy to go shopping.
What happens when people get sick, it's enormously stressful for the whole family system, if there is a family system, or for the individual. And at the time when people most need to eat really well, it tends to be the first thing that goes out the window. We support the whole family with food, so if it's a family of 4, we do 4 servings of everything for that family. The food is free for the first 3 months, and after that we ask people to make a small donation.
And it's been nice for my fiance to receive it as well, so we can still enjoy meals together and feel like a couple, and not like I'm sick and I get a special diet.
The logistics around how the meal program operates is on Friday afternoons I get an inventory of all of the produce and other food that we have at the kitchen, and then I translate that into a menu for the next week. Food starts getting picked up at Whole Foods, and that's the majority of our produce is coming from them. Oliver's Market, which is a locally owned grocery store, gives us half off all of our organic poultry and seafood every week. We also get free mushrooms every week from Gourmet Mushrooms. Redwood Hill Dairy gives us free goat yogurt kefir. We have an egg supplier who brings us free eggs every week. We also get produce from Linmar Winery, from Skipstone Ranch, from Laguna Farm, from First Light Farm, and from Meadow Song Farm. Big, big community support around the food. On Tuesday, our group of volunteers comes in and sterilizes all of our Snapware containers. Then another group of adults comes in and works on some of the supplemental products. We do prep and cooking all afternoon on Tuesday, again all afternoon on Wednesday, and then again on Thursday. The young people that work with us are mostly between the ages of 13 and 18, and they are really the chefs in the program.
I work with the Thursday crew, and we come in and we kind of wrap up after the week-long preparation and all the food being cooked on Tuesday and Wednesdays, and it's our job to make sure everything kind of comes to a close, and we package up all the food and we make sure it goes to the right places.
So they come in and there's always a couple of adult mentors who work with them, but all of the work is actually being done by the young people.
Working with teens is a challenge. They all have great energy, they all have excitement, and they bring that to the kitchen, and the objective is to keep that focused and get them working all in the same direction. So it's really very rewarding from that aspect. And I love teens and I love training teens. I think that teaching them how to cook healthy food is just critically important.
When I came in, I barely knew how to scramble eggs, and now, I can cook up, fish and chicken, and I can prep everything, and I can, cut vegetables. I can, julienne, I can dice or chop, whatever you need. I'm very confident in my cooking skills.
I think working at Ceres is really fun because you get to learn a lot of other things, how to
cooking skills.
Yeah, and also we get so much out of this community. It's kind of the way we kind of give back to it by volunteering.
And we also, we get to take some of the recipes home because they'll email them to us so we can print them out at home and then we can cook them.
They learn by osmosis, I think, what healthy eating looks like because we use no sugar, it's all organic, it's whole grain. The kids are working with kale and quinoa and shiitake mushrooms and sea vegetables.
Oh, I loved the salads.
Well, I love the sauerkraut
Coleslaw, Chinese coleslaw, delicious.
and the fish stew. Oh,
So I've got 4 people.
Our delivery angels arrive at the kitchen and pick up all those bags, and off they go to the clients.
Good to see you. You too, Karen.
Bye, Rose.
How are you?
Really rough going,
Is
you
it?
know?
I know. Let me take these in the kitchen for you.
Thank you.
And then we recover for a couple days and we start all over again. In any given week, at least 100 sets of hands have been involved in getting that meal to that particular client. 95% of that work is being done by volunteers. And so all of those people are also touched and transformed by their participation.
It just feels so great to be a part of this community project, because it really is community. And it's about the love, it's about the food, it's about the healing.
I've had people in my own family who've dealt with terminal illness, and knowing that there's someone there to care for the families, it means a lot. It means a lot, and I'm glad that I'm a little part of that.
As a gardener, knowing where your food is going is just an incredible connection, and you can do farmers markets and you know that the people who are buying it, but the idea that we're growing food for people who are in real need and that teens are learning the whole process, I always tear up because it's such a moving thing. It's like, this is where, as a person who's growing the food, your food is going to some place where it's really, really needed.
It's not what I would typically eat, but it has been so nutritious and organic and healthy.
We had heard from a lot of clients that, wow, this food is really amazing, and this isn't how I cook. And so Joelle and Dina Cola, who's our nutrition director, and I developed the Healing Foods cooking course, which we do for people who are dealing with life-threatening illness and caregivers.
So come on over, we'll start cooking.
We wanted to support them in being able to continue this kind of way of eating into their lives.
So this is about the size you want.
The cooking class includes a lot more than cooking. We'll go out into the garden, maybe have some meditation, harvest some food, maybe have a little bit of yoga, and then go into the kitchen and cook, and then eat a meal together. So it's a really healing, nourishing space for people. And then we wanted to reach out into the larger community. And we started the free lecture series. And then we also do community classes for people who don't fit into the cooking class. They're not ill and they still want to learn. And we did the cookbook. Everything builds on everything else. And it seems to be a really powerful model for supporting real lasting change in people's lives.
No one has to tell me to come here. It's an amazing experience, and I've stuck with it this long because I truly, feel the difference it's making, not only in the people's lives I'm preparing food for, but also in my own life.
I feel like it's added years to my life.
I just want people to know what a difference Ceres is making in the lives of so many people. And I hope that everybody that hears about it will get involved.